This week on Outdoor Bound TV, we head to the high desert mountains of the Southwest with Richard Smazal from Loyal, Wisconsin, for a late September elk hunt near Pie Town, New Mexico. Since an early age, this Wisconsin hunter has had a dream of hunting a bugling bull. Let's tag along as he gets an opportunity to realize his dream.
What a fish.
Early bird gets the worm.
That's what you come up here for.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Mission by Matthews and Vortex Optics.
This is my life. The weekend warrior. No more production lines or deadlines. This is why I work 5 days a week. I need speed, power, precision. I expect no less than the best. This is my best. This is my chance. This is my mission.
Simple, efficient, powerful. Mission by Matthews.
Don't let this hunt be your last. The tree clamp by Safe Tree Outdoors is as easy as set, snap, and strap. Simply secure a tree clamp to any hang-on stand. Set it, snap it, and strap it in place. The tree clamp is the safest, easiest way to hang any stand. Set, snap, and strap. Order your tree clamp at safetreeoutdoors.com.
Kalen's has been catching multi-species fish for over 30 years. From our crappie grubs, to our seismic series of hybrid swim baits and grubs, to our jerk minnows.
You can't see that jerk minnow, can you?
To our garlic and salt impregnated wacko worm.
That's a Kalen's Wacko.
Our premium line of Kalen jig heads. Oh, and our original Kalen's grub still does a pretty good job too.
Fish, look at that Kalen's in her mouth right there.
Hi everyone, welcome to Outdoor Bound TV. I'm Kurt Walbeck. You know, there's something about the sound of a bugling elk in the far-off distance on a cool mountain morning that sends shivers down the spine of even the most experienced hunter. On this week's show, we get a chance to follow a central Wisconsin man and his guide to the rugged mountains of New Mexico on what is sure to be his hunt of a lifetime. It's starting to get daylight, the guys are getting ready, so let's head to central New Mexico right now.
Well, the trip came about. A friend of mine was down in New Mexico a few years back, and he said it was an awesome hunt. And been elk hunting before, but I've been out to the western parts of the state, and it's just rough country for me to get around. And he said it's come down here. He said it's a real good, easy walk to get around, and you could do a lot of good glassing. And so I said, well, I think we should do it. We planned a trip and got our tags and stuff and decided to come down and give it a whirl and see how it goes. Never been to New Mexico before, and I guess it just seemed like it was kind of wide open, and then you had pinyon trees around and a few cedars and stuff, and it almost looked like it was kind of a flat terrain. And then got here, and then while you start getting up on top, well, there's a lot of dips and valleys, and it's like, well, I guess it is pretty good terrain for that. And but it's just beautiful country where you can see a long ways, and it's just beautiful country out here.
This is our first morning out. Got out here pretty early up here. Been doing some glassing, and saw some cows earlier, and now we just found a pretty nice bull. Had some bugling a little earlier this morning. Got us pretty excited. So now we're just kind of waiting. Gonna see what happens here. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, so a lot of nice animals already.
Started doing some glassing, and it wasn't even 5 minutes up there, and he started seeing bulls were feeding across and some cows and stuff, and I was just getting really excited because it's the first time I ever went elk hunting, and within a few minutes of the hunt, you were seeing elk already.
This other bull's bugling right over here. I don't know, there might be all kinds of stuff going on in here. We'll sneak up here and we gotta be real careful though, because we're gonna be pretty close to it.
My name's Clint Moeller, and I guide for Mangus Outfitters here in New Mexico. I've been guiding here for about 20 years in this area. First morning, we got up on a high point and kind of just got up to try to see what was going on around us there, and heard some bulls bugling during the morning, and seen a few bulls off by themselves.
We got a really nice 6x6. Got really nice backs on it. It's got some good mass, heavy. He's up here seeing if he can see it on the slope. Hopefully he comes back here in a little bit, because that's the good news that he spotted it over there. If he kind of feeds along this ridge, we might be able to just kind of dock him right here on this ridge and stay across from him.
I was kind of on cloud 9, walking around on top of the ridge there, thinking like, boy, now the easy part, I guess, is seeing them. Now we got to try getting in on them and get a shot. So we were sitting there glassing for a while, and he said, I think I got a big one. And usually when your guide gets excited, you know it's a pretty nice animal.
We heard some other bulls bugling, and so we decided to go take a look at them, see what was in there, and walked down this ridge.
Get down in there, and we got a bull elk just bugling, and he just wouldn't shut up, and he was just getting louder and louder, and never had elk bugling before, never heard it, so I didn't really expect, and I mean, I thought they were right on top of us, and then I finally asked Clint, I go, they gotta be getting close, he's pretty close to us, and he's like, no, he said he's about 350 out. I was like, seriously? I go, it sounds like he's on top of us. He said, you'll know when he's on top of us because your hair will blow back when he bugles. We figured we're gonna be able to sneak right in here on him, and then it just downpoured on us, so we're sitting there trying to struggle, get our rain gear out and get that on and trying to keep some stuff dry, and I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, this is never gonna happen. Finally come up over a little knob, and then Clint, he's like, oh, he said stop, he's right here in front of us. I'm sitting there looking out in a distance thinking that he's out there, and here he's 100 yards from us. So then we just saw the cows, they were feeding through, and then we were trying to find where the bull was, and then all once there he was, all you could see is just the tops of his antlers sticking out of the brush, and man, it just, adrenaline kicked in and just started getting the shakes right away. And struggling trying to get the shooting sticks up. He come to an opening, we couldn't get him to stop, and then he just keeps on going, and I was like, man, this thing is just not gonna happen. Finally, he come back around and got him out in the opening, got him stopped, and then we got him set up. And Clint, he was trying to get a range on him for distance and stuff, and then the bull was looking back towards his cows and stuff, and then he just let out a big old bugle. And had the crosshairs right on him, and I left one fire, and it was just a sad feeling sitting there watching him walk away, and then I'm sitting there trying to reload this muzzleloader as fast as I can, and well, that time he was already over 300 yards away again, and I was like, man, I just missed my opportunity.
They're not spooked though, they're just, they don't know what happened. Sometimes they think it's thunder or something. They're just standing there, they're not even going anywhere.
Where did he go?
He's over to the right and right of that big pine tree. We'll just let them calm down a little bit. If they settle down and start feeding, we might get another chance at them.
I practiced shooting. I went through probably a box and a half of pellets through this thing, and I thought I was comfortable at shooting anything from 200 in, and I just sitting there, I could not believe that I just missed this thing. And how many more opportunities are you going to get within 200 yards of a nice bull? And
yeah, they're not sure what happened.
See that one cow just looking back now?
Yeah.
We did it right.
Yeah, we got a lot more elk over here coming out too.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
I just thought that was going to be the worst thing in the world. That first day out here hunting and had an opportunity at a nice 6x6 and blew it.
What a heartbreaker. You've got a great bull bugling in front of you. You get a shot, and then it doesn't happen. Now don't go away, because right after the break, we're back out in the mountains of New Mexico for day 2 with Richard.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Real Deal Mineral and HHA Sports. Real Deal G2 seeds. The results speak for themselves.
Optimizer by HHA Sports. The Optimizer Lite Ultra, voted #1 single pin adjustable sight for 10 years running. The Optimizer Speed Dial for crossbows, to the yard accuracy with a single reticle. And the Optimizer Horizon, offering unmatched accuracy from both short and long range firearms. All Optimizer sight systems utilize range dial shoot technology. Ask for Optimizer at a dealer near you.
Because you didn't grow up with a poster of a Corolla on your wall. And during this month's summer clearance event, let the pros at Colby Chrysler Center be your pit crew. The new Hellcat, the 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi, puts out a ground-pounding 707 horsepower, making this Challenger the most powerful muscle car on the planet.
Hi, I'm Tim Rue from Rue Motors. Whether work or play, we have the Kubota RTV for you. Rue Motors has been serving central Wisconsin since 1947 with a full line of quality Kubota tractors, mowers, and RTVs. Backed by 4 generations, you can count on the staff at Rue Motors for outstanding sales and service on all of your quality Kubota products at both convenient locations.
Rue Motors. Take the short drive up Highway 45 in Burnhamwood or Antigo.
You know, each year we receive thousands of photos from our viewers of animals that you've harvested and fish that you've caught, and we'd love to share them with you here on the show. All you have to do to be eligible to win is email us your photo or share it with us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And this year you can win some great prizes once again just for sending us your photos.
Prizes include an assortment of musky lures from Nays Baits, a Yeti cooler from Petrick Service Station, a trip for 2 aboard the Grand Illusion 2 charter boat on Lake Michigan, and this year's grand prize, a 4-day, 3-night fishing vacation at Sunset Cove Resort on Lake of the Woods, Ontario.
And remember, all you have to do to be eligible to win is send us your photo with your name and your hometown. Here are this week's Outdoor Bound TV viewer photos.
Back when I was a junior in high school, I worked on a dairy farm, which I did pretty much from when I was about 12 years old, doing chores. It was a winter day. We actually had a snow day from school, so I went over to the farm and sitting there working behind the tractor and kind of slipped on the ice, fell back onto the tractor and landed right on the PTO. Got up underneath here and got a hold of my shirt and jacket and stuff, and then just kind of wound everything up. And I remember putting my arm around the 3-point to keep me from flipping, and then the next thing I knew, I stood up and all I had left was a glove on my hand. So I just turned around and started heading towards the house so we could call an ambulance. And sometimes I remember a little bit, but then some of it I just put it out of my mind where I don't have to remember it. So then the following year, I talked to the coaches and stuff and said I'd still like to try playing some football yet. And they said, well, if you can okay it with your doctors and stuff and see what we can do. And they built a plastic shield and stuff that I could put around to kind of protect everything. And I actually made varsity football team, made honorable mention as a senior playing football even. And so I didn't really ever figure I had a disability. I found different ways to do things, and I guess that's just the way we were brought up. You just do it and don't feel sorry for yourself, I guess.
Tuffy had told me that he had only one arm, and I was kind of wondering what it was going to be like, and he doesn't seem to be too disabled. He likes to do everything on his own, and I mean, as far as loading the gun, he's very independent and did a great job this week. It was just like having somebody with 2 arms. So next morning, right out of the pickup, bulls start bugling again, and we decided just to go see what's going on.
Clint said we're just gonna go up on the side here and kind of work our way down, and they should be feeding across in front of us. And he said, we'll see what it is. He said, if it's a decent one, we'll should be able to get down on it and see what happens. Watching the cows all feed through, and pretty much they're feeding right through where he said they're gonna be, all within 100, 150 yards away. And he said, this is gonna work out good. I think we got a good setup. Here comes the bull over the crest of the hill and just bellowing, and you're like, all right, this is gonna work. And then he decided to stay out a little bit further and work on the top side of the hill, and we're sitting there, kind of got pinned down by a couple of cows within 50 yards, maybe a little less, and then we just sat there and we couldn't do nothing. We probably stood there next to each other probably for 20-25 minutes, just waiting for them to get out of the way so we could try getting after them. And
we got a bull right here in front of us. Been watching them for a while. We had some cows that had us pinned down, so we couldn't move for about a half hour. They finally moved down, so we're gonna try to sneak down in front of them again, see if we can get a shot.
he's like, we're just gonna go back up and get around in front of them and kind of stay downwind of them. He said, we'll be all right. And the cows are chirping, and it's like, man, trying to find a good place to get set up. The bull comes out and he tries stopping him, and the bull just walks faster right through the shooting lane. We got cows everywhere, anywhere from 30 to 40 yards from us, and you could see his antlers in the brush again, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be a crazy mess again. And this time he was probably out about 180 yards away, and I was like, oh boy, I just missed one the day before at that range, and I didn't know what was gonna happen at that range. He blew a call at him a few times and finally got him to stop. I was starting to fall apart. I was like, this is just unreal. But Clint, he was a good guy, and he just said, no, he said, you hit him good. He said, we'll get him. He said, he's gonna go bed down. He said, we'll just wait up here a few hours, you know, and just give him some time and stuff. And probably the longest 2 hours wait of my life, sitting there on the side hill. So then finally he gets his pack on. He said, all right, let's go down there and see what we can find. Got down there, found where I hit him, found blood right away, and I was like, oh, that's a good sign, we got blood. So come around the bend and then backs up a little bit, and he's laying down right here.
That's awesome.
First bull ever. Hell of a good guide. Showed us a lot of animals. And I was like, you think he's dead? He goes, yeah, he's dead. We're good. So I want to go over and see my bull. Second day here in New Mexico with Magnus Outfitters. We got on some bulls last night. Had an opportunity to shoot at one and missed. So we got back out here first thing in the morning, had one bugling. Got down on him, but we just couldn't get him to stop to get a shot. So we just kept side saddling him, and finally got an opportunity to take a shot at this great bull. Saw his back end go down, so we kind of looked and see it hit him a little far back, so we figured we'd just give him a few hours.
Found a little bit of blood right off the bat, which was good, and we went about 70 yards. Found him just piled up under some trees, so he probably died right away after the shot. As far as Richard coming here, you know, being able to come out and kill a really good 6-point like this, it's awesome. When something like this happens, you know, it's a little more special, and he did a great job and shot a great bull.
Walking up on it, it was just something where I just didn't think it would ever happen. I always wanted to do an elk hunt with a bugling bull, herding cows, and it just I don't know, it was just something that, it was a dream that came true.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Brewpub Pizza and Nays Baits.
Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Handcrafted in the heart of Wisconsin since 1968, Golden Hawk canoes are inspired by the tradition of early wilderness explorers and modern-day canoeing know-how, customized to meet your exact needs with precision, uniformity, and strength. Our unique, full-contour hull design contributes to stability, whether you're hunting, fishing, trapping, or just spending an afternoon on the water. Handcrafted fun and satisfaction for a lifetime. Golden Hawk Canoe.
Since 1957, Meyer Buildings has offered full design and project management for your farm, equestrian, commercial, and storage building needs. Our recreational building line specializes in the design and construction of affordable, remote area buildings for the outdoorsman.
This is my second Meyer building. I've been satisfied both times. Their design assistance, the quality of the construction, and their attention to detail. It's perfect.
At Meyer Recreational Buildings, we offer custom building solutions for all of your building needs. Log on today for a better way to build.
Big Bear Down. Whether you're looking for a sweet recipe for bear bait or quality hunting products, we've got you covered. Big Bear Down offers all their bait selections by the bag, the barrel, or in bulk. From crushed sugar cones, trail mix, and granola to our syrups, frostings, and bait toppings, we've got the variety to keep the most cautious bears coming back again and again. Big Bear Down is also your one-stop shop for quality hunting stands, blinds, and game trail cameras. Look for Big Bear Down by our distributing at 2 convenient Wisconsin locations or at a retailer near you.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by the W.C. Russell Moccasin Company and Golden Hawk Canoes.
Hey Richard, congratulations on a great New Mexico bull. Folks, if you're interested in coming to New Mexico, please look up Tuffy at Mangus Outfitters. His phone number is on the screen. And we hope that you'll join us again here next week when we'll bring you more great hunting and fishing action from around the Midwest, around the nation, and around the world, right here on Outdoor Bound TV.
So what do you want to talk about?
What are we doing out here?
See, I already forgot everything you just said.
You sure Clint can't do this part?
Outdoor Bound TV.
Watch it, there's a tarantula coming. So what was that again? Well, this is harder than the hunt.
Yeah, but you're so pretty.
All right, where were we?
Outdoor Bound TV.